Hey guys, I'm gonna zip this up because I got really cold. So that light is so bright on my forehead, so shiny. Oh my God. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, hello. I am happy to have you. What I want to tell you guys, I just got an email probably like 15 minutes ago. And hi guys, hey Teresa. So the email came through from the Marijuana Policy Project. So it is a group of activists, and we email senators and sign petitions, things like that. So we have been, the activists and the people that believe in the power of cannabis, have still been working for other states. So an email come through about 10-15 minutes ago that said the governor of Illinois, Bruce Rayner, is it Rayner? I think it's Bruce Rayner, has approved the extension to the Illinois medical marijuana pilot program. So what this is doing is, if you are on opioids, which is commonly Loratabs, I'm not sure about Oxycontin and those things. I was on Loratabs though for 4 years, and I'm going to tell you guys that story in a minute. But when I lived in Illinois, I was on the Loratabs for my spine. I have, a curved spine. And they're really bad. They're really bad for you. So basically, guys, what he did is, it said, I'm going to read it to you. This measure from Rayner, who has previously been rather outspoken against cannabis legalization, is in response to the opioid epidemic, which claimed around 72,000 lives nationwide last year. I'm going to stop so that can sink in for a minute. So, 72,000 people died last year from opiates. It says as many as 2,000 of those being in Illinois. So as of a few weeks ago, fentanyl, an extremely powerful opioid which has seemingly replaced heroin in Madison County overdose deaths, has claimed as many as 31 lives in Madison County alone. That is, that's bad. That's insane, right? That's crazy. So assistant director for the Illinois chapter of the National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws. That's a mouthful. We usually just call it NORML. If you don't know, I started the first NORML at my university when I went to college there. Very proud of that. But it's the advocate for this stuff. So if you are in Illinois, this has been signed into law. So let me tell you guys, basically, and I don't live there anymore, so I don't follow it as much as I used to, but I know that they did away with the fingerprinting and the background checks. They used to have this whole big process to go through. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys why I advocate for this, okay? Why I think you guys need this, okay? If, 2,000 deaths isn't enough for, that population there, that's a lot. I was on the opiates for 4 years. I do have the curved spine. I live in pain every day, every day of my life. I don't go a day without pain. Now, I've used cannabis, on and off my whole life. I found CBD oil last year, and it's cannabis. It is from the hemp plant though. So if you haven't watched my lives, you have, the species is cannabis, and then one plant from one seed, will grow marijuana, and then one plant from another seed grows hemp. So the CBD that's extracted from the hemp, without the THC in it, I started taking that about a year ago. And I can't share the whole story here. If you do want the whole story, I do have to add you to the private group. But I can share with you that my doctor took me off of the pain medicine. I worked with him and got off of the opiates completely. It was hell. It was horrible. I remember being in my bathroom, and I was physically getting sick, and I felt like my skin was I don't know. Sometimes I felt like it was on fire. Sometimes it just felt really itchy. But I knew that I didn't want to be addicted to something like that. I knew As soon as it started hitting my body like that, and I was in so much pain, but I had a goal to stop taking that, because I just knew how bad it was. So I started taking the CBD and working with my doctor on this. And I was able to stop taking those, and my life got so much better, so much better. It was like, it's kind of the equivalent of when I would take those, whenever I would take the Loratabs, it was almost like whenever I was taking, and I was taking other stuff. I was taking, I was on all kinds of stuff. Depakote, Xanax. I mean, they had given me all kinds of stuff in Illinois. It was insane. Hi, James. So I was literally like this walking around zombie that was in pain. And then I would take the Loratab for the pain, and I would exercise, and do everything I do now. But it never treated the issue, right? It was like sticking a Band-Aid on an open wound. Like, it wasn't treating the inflammation and my arthritis and in my spine, and so I was having to take these things for basically the Tylenol. I went to the doctor and I said, hey, my spine hurts really bad. I've been taking 8, 9 Tylenol a day. And they're like, oh my God, stop, right? Take these. So they gave me the narcotics, and that's how I started taking them. And I didn't even know what they were, but I didn't even know how addicting they were either until I tried to stop them. And then that's whenever I was on my floor, literally every symptom that you see in the movies of a heroin addict withdrawing is what I got from this legally prescribed, fix for my pain. And it wasn't a fix. I could feel it, and I knew I was in pain, but I couldn't feel it, if that makes sense. Okay. Or I didn't care. Right. So the difference is whenever I started taking the CBD, and I started really researching the CBD and why it works and talking to people, the reason why is because it's been studied and shown it is the best anti-inflammatory. So what it's doing, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. It is working on the inside, and anytime you treat a problem from the inside out, that's how you're supposed to do it, right? That makes sense. So putting the Band-Aid of the opiates on there. So I don't know what it does. I don't know if it dulls pain receptors or what it does, but it wasn't it wasn't going from the inside. So the CBD goes in there, treats, my spine. I actually have a really good friend. He might still be on here. His name's James. I saw him hop on. And he was a pharmacist for over 43 years. And I share his videos on here because he has one that tells you exactly how the CBD works from the inside out. So I'll allow the doctor to share that with you guys, and I can definitely drop his link to that video in here too. But for myself, it just makes sense, right? That if you have inflammation in your spine and your body, to treat it from the inside and then all around. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. If you're in Illinois, if you're on opioids, and you might think, I ran out of them 1 month. I was so sick. I can never go without them. I was in so much pain. My advice to you right now, hey guys, hey, my advice to you right now is, it sounds too good to be true. It sounds too good that something would ship to your front door. It's less than your prescription for Loratabs, and it can help you better than that. I was the biggest skeptic, the single biggest skeptic. And even after I took it, I knew it worked. So I paid the $20. I signed up to tell other people about it. I still let myself run out because I was like, okay, maybe it's not working as much as I think it's working. And that is because the same reason why I had a kid after I had Jack over there naturally, and I almost died. It was the worst pain of my life ever. And then I'm so crazy because I forgot the pain. I went back and had Maddox, who was 10 pounds, right? So that's what happened. I had forgotten how much pain I was in. So I, let it go. And I don't know how if you follow me, you might know that was the time that I paid like over $100 to find some CBD oil in my town. Well, CBD oil, I should say. And it did nothing for me. So that's my advice. Seriously, you should try it. And yes, the CBD is different from the medical card. So I'm going to talk to you right now about the, what this actually means. So if you don't know, I'm very proud of my brother. I have a brother back home that works in the cannabis industry. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you guys what he does, but it's very good. So he is working for you guys in the medical field there. And I just want you guys to know that it's been coming. I knew this was going to happen and what this is. Okay. So basically, if you have a prescription for opioids right now, I don't know how your doctor will work with you to switch over to the cannabis, but that's what the bill says. Okay. So because of the 72,000 lives that were lost last year to opioids, this is Illinois' somewhat of a solution, I would say, or a way to combat that, because as we know, no one has literally ever died from cannabis, like ever. Like maybe somebody did something really stupid because they didn't use it responsibly, same with anything else, but just taking it, no one's ever died. That said, you guys, I also, right before this, I read another article, and it was talking about, I can't use the medical terms. It was talking about what I have, okay? I'm a hyper person. I have a lot of energy, have hard time focusing sometimes. And there is a drug on the market that they like to give people for this issue, okay? Now, I cut out. Are you guys still there? Okay, so I just read a study and I'm getting ready to blog about it. And it was talking about how they tested the medication they traditionally use, and then they tested this form of, some kind of form of a synthetic of like cannabinoids, so THC and different synthetics in this. And they concluded all these things that I can't say, but if you guys follow this post, I'm going to link the blog post, and then you guys can go and read that, okay? But super, super exciting. If you are in Illinois, if you are in pain and you've been going to the doctor, been thinking about pain medication, this is now an open option. If your doctor does not offer it to you, you need to stand up for yourself. So if you already go to the doctor and you're worried, what they'll think or anything like that, you guys, this isn't 1950, okay? And I can say this because coming from Illinois out here to Denver, Colorado, which is the mecca for the cannabis industry, I can see some opposition coming from some of these doctors. Like, I just can. Here's what you guys need to know. You are paying them, okay? It is, cannabis is a legal option for you now. So if you would like to try it instead of your medication, make sure that you are paying somebody that will listen to you, okay? And not, find someone to listen to you. So if they don't, consider talking to someone else. But definitely look at your options. Definitely do your research, you guys, because you can get the, the THC products, the cannabis products there at the dispensaries, that will help you, relax, whatever you need. I know sometimes when you're in so much pain, it is really hard to like instantly relax your body. So that is going to be just a really good option for you guys. I'm so excited. So why would you want to do CBD from me and then go ahead and get a medical card? Maybe you're thinking that. Let me tell you. So the THC and the CBD are two different cannabinoids, right? The cannabis plant has over 100, but remember, cannabis plant is a species, so it's up here at the top. So like we have trees, right? And then we have apple trees and we have Christmas trees. Okay, so same concept. 2 different seeds grow 2 different plants. So the CBD is most known for its health benefits, right? And the THC is known for its psychoactive and, you know, all like the munchies, all of that. But they both equally hold value, medicinal value. Now, I will say that adding in the CBD with the other option, if you choose to take the medical card in Illinois, you will see drastic difference in your pain, because that's what I experienced. So the CBD is that cannabinoid that's going to do the inflammation and do all the health benefits. Now, with the card as well, you will be able to get the products that are mixed with the CBD and the THC. But again, under your tongue is, I think it's like 95 absorption. It's something crazy absorption rate of CBD under your tongue, okay, directly under there. So adding that in, and then whatever you do with your pain medication, you know, that's you. But the CBD is like a daily thing that is going to build up, and it's going to eventually, you will not need as much pain management. Okay, so that's the goal. And they kind of work, the CBD and the THC kind of work together. Okay, so synergy. All right, so if you have the option, if you're on the opiates and you have that option and that's what you want to go for, I do highly recommend that you do a pure CBD oil as well with that. Okay, it'll be great. It'll help with everything we just talked about. Hi guys, hi. So if you're just joining, we were talking about the email that just came through, and the Illinois governor has allowed now, if you are opioids patient in Illinois, you can now basically choose to do medical marijuana, the alternate. And I was also talking about the CBD oil. Now, something I will tell you guys is the pure CBD oil with no THC, and it doesn't come from the marijuana plant. You will not be able to get that at the dispensary. You will still have to get that online. Now here, hey Angela, how are you? Here in Denver, okay, I have a really good friend that owns a dispensary, and she is also wants to order Hempworx because they cannot carry anything that is not derived from marijuana in the dispensary. So same, I'm guessing, will be in Illinois. Hi mom, how are you? So same thing, I'm guessing, will be in Illinois. You will not be able to go to the dispensary that sells marijuana products that are regulated, tested, and buy pure CBD oil. So you know, like here, if you go to the dispensary and you ask for pure CBD oil, I have been told before to order it online. And I tell you guys this, I always go and look at their CBD oils because I want to know what they're using in them. And I have never found a pure one. I've never found one that only had 2 ingredients. And I've never found one that didn't use like coconut oil, or what's the other one? Oh, what is the one they always use? Anyways, you only need 2 ingredients, the CBD, okay, and then the carrier, which is hemp seed oil, and mine. So if you are in Illinois and you're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna trade this out, I'm gonna get my medical card, it's gonna be awesome, that is cool. Like, you know, get your medicine for your pain management, but let's also think about it as a whole and the CBD part of it, because even when you go to select your medicine, you're going to see that your CBD options are going to be limited as far as absorption, okay? So that is why absorption straight under your tongue, straight into your bloodstream of pure CBD, okay? And you take that every day, maintain it, and then your inflammation, when it does flare up, then you take your medicine, okay? Or, you know, you take it every day, however you choose to do it, but it's 2 separate things, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Congratulations. If you guys are interested in working with normal and, you know, you don't have to put yourself out there like I do on the internet saying, hey, you know, this is what I do. But if you're interested, get with me and I will tell you guys more about NORML. There's tons of stuff behind the scenes that you guys could help with. Emails, you know, sending them out, you know, anything like that, because it takes a lot of people. I have myself been working on this Illinois reform for forever. And when it comes to medical cannabis in Illinois, they are one of the toughest states, okay? So I am so proud that the governor was presented with these statistics and he was like, we have to do something. And this is really good. This is really smart of them. I think it's going to be great for you guys. So congratulations. I'm just going to scroll up here. I saw a lot of comments I didn't get to read. I don't read them while I'm talking, you guys, because then I get sidetracked. It is the worst addiction I have ever been through, and as a nurse, it is eye-opening. Yes, so Teresa has been a nurse most of her life. I have another friend in Illinois that is a nurse, and they both started taking the CBD, and then they paid the $20 to join, and they love it now. I know Teresa used CBD to get off opiates, didn't you, Teresa? Like what we're sitting here talking about. Hey, James, there's James, the pharmacist. So if you guys scroll up, that's James there that I was talking about. Hey, sis, love you, looking extra healthy. Thanks, buddy. I don't have on mascara today because I went to yoga and I don't know. I don't know. I get like, it'll get under here. And then I'll just be walking around with all this makeup on my face and no one tells me, and it's this whole like embarrassing thing. So I don't look in the mirror enough, I guess. Hey, Liz. Dun, dun, dun. Hi. Hey, Regina. All right, guys. Well, have a good day. I'm going to get back and get Jack back onto a lesson. But bye, guys. Send me any questions you have. I will be happy to chat with you. Peace.